And so we're back at it again, ladies and gentlemen, finally adding to my 80s and 90s cartoon intro reactions that I grew up with as a child. That's a mouthful. I do apologize that I have not updated the this playlist in a long time.
Wait a minute.
But I'm back and ready for more, and we're starting off with the first trailer or cartoon intro reaction, which is the Jonny quest. Is this? I think this is the original one. This might be a longer one. I think this is the original intro, which is a longer one. Classic. Old school animations just stands out, man. Just stands out. I miss these days. I used to come back from school, have lunch, and then just binge. Obviously after homework. Some days you'd be like, yeah, let's just watch cartoons before we do homework. Miss those days so much. I would give something. Yeah, I would love to go back to that time period. A Hanna-Barbera production. Starring Jonny Quest, Dr. Benton Quest, Race Bannon, Haji, and where's the dog? Bandit. I wonder why they haven't done a movie of this yet, like a really good movie, or even a TV
Jonny
series.
Quest, brought to you by
Hanna-Barbera. No? Alright, let's check out the advanced version of it. This is, I don't know how many years apart this was, but this is the second version of it. Or I think this is the updated version when Jonny Quest was a lot older. Oof. Oof. Come on. Dude. Nah, this yo, this intro slaps. What? Yo, this intro slaps. The original is beautiful, but this upgraded version that it's older slaps. They even took parts of the original and then upgraded it. That's what you call a remix. Let me hear, yeah. That is what you call a remix. That is beautifully done.
That's right.
Absolutely beautifully done. It still kicks. I could just listen to it as an audio alone without having to watch the cartoon. That is a powerful cartoon intro, letting you know what you're about to watch is gonna be some kick-ass shit.
You ain't lying.
We ain't here for no plaything. It's gonna be a kick-ass show. So sit your backside down, forget your homework for now, get your eyes ready. It's gonna be a serious cartoon. Yo, miss those days, man. I really miss those days. Yeah. If there was an animus machine like in the Assassin's Creed franchise, yo, I'd be bathing in that all day, all week. I'd just be in there, just reliving my memories in my childhood memories as an adult. Just yo, I wonder if there's a device out there that can allow you to revisit your childhood and tweak and augment certain things in your own psyche to, you know, improve your memory, improve anything, even like allow you to even heal childhood traumas. You could even learn about your parents, your family members, your neighbors. Just dude, I'm surprised there's no movie or TV show out there about a device that can do that. You just help everyone be a better person.
Nice.
All right, then let's do the Hong Kong Phooey cartoon intro react. I don't even know why I've added that on this list because I dislike that cartoon. My God, that guy was such an annoying creature, man.
Damn.
Who is this superhero?
Couldn't stand this guy. I mean, I watched it, but I couldn't stand him.
No. Rosemary, the telephone operator? No. Henry, the mild-mannered janitor?
Could be. Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Hong Kong Phooey, quicker than the human eye. He's got style, a groovy smile, and a vibe that just won't stop. When the going gets rough, he's super tough with a Hong Kong Phooey chop. Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Hong Kong Phooey, quicker than the human eye. Hong Kong Phooey,
Yeah.
terrific.
Oh, my bad. I thought he did a yeah at the end. I wonder how that concept even came about.
What do you mean by that?
Because the whole thing is just, Hong Kong Phooey, and then his voice is clearly not. His voice is clearly a brother's voice. So how the whole idea came about and who greenlit this thing is something else.
You ain't lying.
I wonder if it was already a comic before they made it into a cartoon, or it was an original IP that Hanna-Barbera went with. I couldn't stand it, but again, like I said, I still watch it. It used to come on, from what I remember anyway, before we got Boomerang. It used to come on at particular times. I think in the evening, around 6 p.m. when the Cartoon Network channel was shutting down before another channel took over its slot at night. Yeah, Hong Kong Phooey was one of the last cartoons that they would use to just wind down, slow down.
Grab the wall, wiggle like you're trying to make
I think it kind of makes sense to do that. But I was looking back, I would still prefer we watch action cartoons all the way throughout the day. But, I guess they have to balance it out and sprinkle some fun-ish, less violent cartoons for children those days. Maybe that's where this concept came from. Like Wacky Races and Catch the Pigeon. Those ones I'd watch, they were funny. I still to this day always felt sorry for Dick Dastardly because he just never got exactly what he wanted. Even though his ideas most of the times were on point and they worked, there's always something that just messed up. He either got egotistical, he did too much monologuing. There were sometimes he was literally at the finishing line, but he would stop to talk or take it all in, and yeah, that still left some low-key frustration in me. Even though I enjoyed it, I was still always frustrated, and I wonder what that does to the psyche of someone who watched that as a child as well.
Does not compute.
I remember when we used to get so much flack for watching those cartoons as we started getting older. Cartoons are for children, and I used to think to myself, when I heard those statements made by certain incompetent adults. Yeah, incompetent. You're just saying shit because your mouth works and you can speak.
Damn.
You haven't even sat down to think of the whole process. This is storytelling. This is entertainment. You can put morals in these cartoons. You're not even encouraging the children who are watching these cartoons. Let me show you some other ones you can feel inspired by. How about drawing your own cartoons or drawing your own comics? Or how would you change this story? What would you do to alter this thing? Sit down and observe what your children are watching and then inspire them. If you don't feel inspired, at least try to get into their psyche and see what they see in it. And when you watch movies as well, we can sit down and say, this thing you're watching is pointless.
Get this man a shield.
I always found that idea so weird and strange. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to rehash painful memories. And then fast forward now, especially with AI, people are now jumping on AI to start creating their own form of animation, their own style of humor, their own style of cartoons.
You don't understand.
If only people were more encouraging back then, there'll be a lot of animators or Nigerian animators or a lot of aspiring or successful animators to date. Then there won't be this scarcity going on in Hollywood or in the creative environment. People will be making their own cartoons and animations. And you'd find that people who say, you know what, I can't draw or I can animate for sure, but I can appreciate people who create these things. Let me create a platform where you can come and showcase your animation. We'd have probably had Netflixes earlier than we got them today. We'd have probably had blockbusters earlier then, because some people would then be inspired to create a platform or a studio where people can come and showcase their work and be inspired to create new stuff. So you then become a new up and coming network.
That boy is good.
But if you live in an environment where people are so strict and so tight and it's so easy to crush someone's dreams, you wouldn't have the people who could have been future network owners, future studio owners, future server producers or providers to create more room and space for others to say, we have a skill, we have a talent. So you build a relationship. I can't draw for shit, but I can appreciate good work, good storytelling, good artistry, good creative skills and talents and whatnot. Then you say, okay, I have the ability to create this space where people from different, areas of their skills and abilities can come in and say, here's what I've got. And then with that, you have then created a platform where you can allow other people to be seen, to be heard, and then you can then choose, you know what, these cartoons out there are a little too violent for us. What do we want to do? We want to do children's cartoons. We want to have a specific target audience, between 5 and 10 or between 3 and 8. So you then become that platform for a specific age group. This people become a platform for a specific age group. So that way, fast forward to today, we're not all relying or thirsting for or looking forward to anime cartoons. Or anime. I don't know why it's anime cartoons. I'm not saying anime is bad, but I've realized growing up, we tend to watch a lot of other people's works, and I don't remember the time growing up watching cartoons or dope cartoons made by Nigerian animators or Ghanaian animators or Senegalese animators.
Aha!
If you're from Ghana, Togo, or Senegal, or Nigeria, or wherever you are on the continent, if you remember watching any really awesome, dope, Afrocentric cartoons that were not made in America, that were made in Africa, let a brother know. Maybe I watched some and I forgot and I buried them knee deep. That's what happens when you have uninspiring people and bitter adults who lack vision or don't even have the vision tell you you're too old to be watching cartoons. But the more you repeat that, that's how you sever any potential eventual growth or spark of an idea to say, I would like to make my own cartoons. The cartoons that I'm watching right now, cool, but I don't see this. I don't see that. I don't remember watching a cartoon purely in Yoruba, watching a cartoon purely in Igbo, watching a cartoon purely in Hausa with subtitles on it.
I like this one.
I dislike that time period when you were just being pure as a child and innocent and enjoying someone's creativity. A group of people came together, different mothers, different fathers, and strangers who don't even know each other, decided, let's create this thing called GoBots, called Transformers. This is the idea. This is the concept. This is this. How would it look? What are the colors? Who's going to voice over? It's a huge world, a very huge world of different people who each have their own different dreams, desires, and hopes, who also were children. These are grown men and women. Some husbands, some wives, whatever they are, grown grays on their head, who sat down and I am Optimus Prime. And then some fool in the background who watch you watching that say, yeah, too old to watch cartoons. Fucking idiot, man. Those people really pissed me off as a child. And when I think back on it, especially now that I'm not older, sit down and think,
Tired of this shit!
I feel that those people really hindered those of us in our early stages, because we could have gone on to do other things. It's almost like if you look at our individual life path from a bird's eye view, you would see where the trajectory got split and shifted to a different path, only for us to then come back on it again. It's cool to come back, but let's not forget, some people never come back to that path. Some people, even when the environment or when nature or the universe is trying to nudge them back to it, they fight against it because of how much that shit was drummed into their psyche. So much so that some people who used to draw when we were growing up stop drawing when they get older, because there's no industry or environment that shows appreciation and says, yo, come, we'll train you, we will help you build up your skill so that way you draw and animate the same way you want to. We're not going to infiltrate your mind and say you should draw like the Chinese or draw like the Japanese or draw like the Americans. No, you see something in someone, let it flower. What makes a great skill or great abilities when you see something you can't fathom. You're not sure what it is, but you know it's not harmful. It's not causing disorder to you and the child or the children. This is where your skill as a being comes in to say, I don't even know what to do with this. Let me go find someone else who's skilled in this area. Let me see how I can help this person. You yourself could even say, you know what? Let me see if I can inspire this child to start doing little cartoons. And when we're going to birthday parties, maybe you could draw a little comic as a gift for your cousin, or draw a little comic for your friend. I'm not saying turn the child into a freaking workhorse, but you just inspire and nudge here and nudge there and see where they flower into, where their strengths lay and where their weaknesses lay, and you help them along that path.
Willingly? Yes.
Fast forward today, Pixar. You don't even know who's you don't even know whose trajectory you what word am I looking for? Fucked with as a child that could have ended up working for Pixar or with Pixar. And again, I'm mentioning all these other companies. See how I'm talking about over there rather than here. I'm a Nigerian watching a cartoon that was made by an outside company. It's cool. I'm not angry that I watched Transformers or Captain America. What I'm saying is, as much as I watch those cartoons, it'd be cool to also make our cartoons. The same way we eat other nations' food or other food that grow in other countries. There's nothing wrong with eating your own food as well.
That's right.
It's like someone saying you eat pounded yam. How disgusting. You're better off eating pizza.
What?
Only children eat pounded yam. You should be eating pizza. It's erroneous. You don't talk like that as a grown being. Incompetent fools.
Damn, son.
Let's go to the next cartoon intro. That shit, as you can tell, as I'm expressing myself, it pissed me off. From music to animation to comics to cartoon, all these areas and avenues are all creative. So many children were stunted because of their parents or grown adults who thought, because I'm older than you, I tell you what to do. No clue whatsoever, because they were bitter as well. And I couldn't care less if your parents didn't inspire or didn't help you. That's you're passing on poison. I don't give a shit about that one.
I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
I can sit down and be empathetic and say I can see where your pain is coming from.
Aha.
But if you remember your parents caused you pain and you didn't like it, it's not for you to say you didn't like it, but it was the only way I was taught and it's all that I know. So therefore, open your mouth. Here's some acid. Here's some poison. Shut up and swallow. No. There's a way you shift gear and say, nah, I didn't like that stuff growing up. I'll see if I can do it different with my child.
That boy is good.
Today, I look on Instagram. There's about 4 accounts that I follow, 4 or 5 accounts that I follow who do animation in Africa, different parts of Africa. And I'm going to do a separate video for that as well. There's some different parts of Africa and there's one in Trinidad and Tobago as well. And they've done some really dope animations. And when I watch them, in my soul, I can tell that this is the outcome of there not being a level playing field where everyone flies.
What do you mean by that?
So those of us who wanted to fly as children or who were already flying as children, they were yanked down quick by wicked and putrid and hurt adults.
Damn.
Or incompetent adults.
I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
And those of us who were just about levitating from the floor because of fear and, I don't want them to think you're a witch, metaphorically speaking, of course, they were yanked down quick by those incompetent and hurt adults. Whereas in other parts of the world, children who are levitating, their parents or their uncles and aunties or their neighbors, parent, whatever, they were helping them say, go further, go higher, go higher. Someone who was flying a little bit said, okay, I'm out of breath. Okay, we'll find the right food to feed you so you can move better next time so you're not out of breath all the time. They're always nurturing because you know what you put into the person is coming back. It's going to reciprocate naturally. Even the ones who say, if I pump in time and patience into this child, they will make me money. It's dark. Is that's not the right way, or in my own heart, I don't feel that's the right way to go about it. But at least it's something.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
At least it's better than, hey, this one is going to go somewhere. Let me pull him down or pull her down. Go and read book. And even down to you're telling someone to go. Is that how you talk to someone to inspire someone to go and take in information? Go and read book. Go and read book. I'm going to do a series on how some of us were screwed up in our childhood. And when you talk about it now as an adult, they say, you're still crying about that one. Grow up. Get over it. You people are putrid. Okay, since we did Hong Kong Phooey, I thought, why not add this one to the list as well? Let me just get these soft, I like to call them soft cartoons because they're not no Captain America.
Damn.
They're not no Jason and the Wild Warriors.
Damn.
They're not no Jonny Quest.
Damn.
And they sure ain't no Conan the Adventurer. So I like to call them soft cartoons because they're not super action. They're little, playful and little silly, like Wacky Races and Catch the Pigeon and Johnny Bravo. They're fun. They're fun, relaxing, wind down cartoons.